Cool. Let me say 30. Oh, God.
I was like watching me late, and then it shows up literally right when he said he would. Well, that's scary. Like now, your entire character is just taking a whole new dimension.
I'm excited for Tyrell to call you.
What I can do is two times.
You gotta sign up. You gotta sign up for
Oh.
right? Got it. No. That's a different thing. Anyone bring things, trigger to dance, comedy. You can do anything. Oh, this is comedy. You want to go there? Stay in the canvas and then make a face out of it.
Can't argue that. Actually, not too much about it.
So my face looks stupid, okay? Nobody's stopping you. So Kobe's over here? None's stopping you. How do you know? I feel bad. Definitely know that feeling after long shots. You know that? Yeah. 40 You up? Long shots. Oh yeah. And again, I was also still on the restriction, not allowed to be out, so I couldn't share anything. Oh shit. So I could share on like Instagram. That's why you shot me that message on the fucking. Hey, I'm both long shots tonight. I was personally messaging you because I couldn't actually post about it. Four people showed up, and two of them, George and Ben, both showed up in Ben. Was it you? I forget. It's been a while. No, it was Perez. Perez, George showed up. What is it? It was either going on. That had ended the first. Slice. Every now and then, but they have this like 45 now since the championship. It works. They're both like 15 miles, like they're both the same distance. The tunnel fucked up right now.
Equidistant.
I just haven't been looking at it. It takes me an hour. That fucking leak in the tunnel? Shit. That's why that shit. That's why next week I play on triple dipping. So 45 minutes. What is it? What? Is it triple dipping? What's that?
Welcome to Pinboys! Sorry for the delay, but we were held up by a white guy. Felt good. I know we're the only black room, so you're used to us starting late. And I like to be punctual. I like to break stereotypes in this motherfucker. Yay! I'm Tyrell Shackelford. Shackelford is how white people say it. Shackelford is how it's spelled. So that's the correct way to say it. And everything you've heard about me is true. I have a white wife. I have 2 white children that were made by 2 different men, but they have one father. Everything you've heard about my penis size is correct. Yeah. A lot of people, because I was raised in a Christian household, believed that I was closed-minded, and I was very closed-minded. I was closed off to a lot of things in the world, and I was always told to just look at my own feet and look at my own path, pave my own way. Don't look at what everybody else is doing. And I try to impart this same knowledge on my son, but I know he doesn't get it. I have to teach him. I have to teach him to follow his own path. I have to let him know, just do what I tell you to do and you'll be fine. Just do what I tell you to do. Let me tell you, we were at the beach yesterday. It was awesome. We're having a moment. He literally told me he's happy to call me his dad. And I said, I'm happy to call you my son. And I said, how about we do this forever? He said, yeah. And then fucking dolphins jumped out of the ocean in like slow, of course I was high as shit, but it was like these motherfuckers are spinning and glistening and coming out of the ocean. And I was like, look at the dolphins. And we're standing in the water, like, look at the fucking dolphins. Like close enough, it felt like I could touch it. Look at these fucking dolphins. Like I've never seen dolphins this close and so pretty. It's like amazing. Look at these fucking dolphins. And I can hear them. I don't see the dolphins. I'm like, look, they're right in front of you. Right in front of you. Just look right in front of you. The dolphins. Look at them. Oh my God, these are amazing. This is so cool. Just look in front of you. They're right there. I don't see the fucking dolphins. I know I'm not that high. Just look in front of you. Just do it. I'm getting pissed off. And he starts crying and I look at him and he's looking like this. He's looking right here. And I'm like, if you just look in front of you, and he's like, I was doing what you told me to do. He was looking right in front of me. So he thought he's like, look at the water. I'm looking at the fucking water. They're out there. But he didn't know he was doing something wrong. He's just listening to the person that's raising him. He's being so close-minded. And as a comic, I felt that I was so close-minded because of the comics that were raising me. And they're saying, just do your best and look right in front of you because it's the funny bone. There's a whole fucking ocean out there. So I gotta teach him to swim. Because that's what I'm doing. Learning to fucking swim. This shit is tough. I try to teach him sports. He's into shooting hoops is what he calls it. Shooting hoops. Start shooting hoops. I said, that's cool. I don't really know how to teach you that. I just look black. I don't know how to. Good luck. We're out there. He's shooting. He makes 2 buckets in a row. I was like, holy shit. And he goes, I believe that was God. That's what he said. I believe that was God. I said, probably. What the fuck? Like the only basketball knowledge that he has is his mom's name is Jordan. And she says that she knows that she was named after a famous basketball player named Magic Jordan. And I'm like, fuck. So he makes 2 and he's like, that was God. God did that. I was like, that's crazy. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. And he goes, let me ask you something. I said, go ahead. And he goes, if there's a God up there, and then there's the devil down there, who's in the middle? I was like, well, that's us, son. And he goes, that's why we're so crazy. Because there's no God on the sides. We're all just falling off in the fucking craziness. And I was like, son, I didn't think we were out here to break down religion and pretty much the basis of all human interaction, like all human existence. I thought we were just here to fucking shoot hoops. Like, I thought this is what we were doing or whatever. And I was telling my friend that story. I was like, that's an in-depth thought for a 7-year-old. That's crazy that he thinks that way. I'm thinking that's awesome that I raised him think so freely. And he goes, no, it just sounds like your son's not going to be good at basketball. So, yeah. I try to think about his future. I try to think about the man that I'm raising. And I met that man today, who I hope my son turns into this man that I started a new job last week.
Yeah.
And I quit today, actually. It was my last day. Quit my new job today. But I met the man. The only reason I stayed today is because they had me training somebody. I'm that good. I was there for a week, and then the last 3 days I was training my replacement. That's how fucking good I am. Anyway, it's true. So I made an older black dude. I want my son to be this older black dude. Like this. I don't know. It's tough to raise a 7-year-old white boy, no matter what color you want him to be when he grows up. But like this 50-year-old thing. I just like the way he fucking talks, dude. Like I don't know. I just like the way he fucking says shit. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. We'll deliver a part and leave. He's like, man, the way that girl's walking, her pussy's got to be so wet. You put her on a plate, you would sop it up with a biscuit. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, like that's the fucking shit. Just say your shit whether it makes sense or not. I'm like, yeah, this dude, and he's horny as fuck all the time. Like, he's old as shit, and he said he doesn't have GPS. Like, there's no GPS on his phone. But for the first 2 days we were together, he's showing me twerking videos on Instagram, like, nothing. I'm like, you don't have fucking GPS? And we're like, yeah. Anyway, twerking. So I showed him how to get GPS. He turned on the GPS. Today I let him drive by himself. I'm just riding like nothing's happening. This motherfucker's going for about 4 hours. And then he's like, bro, I gotta tell you something. This motherfucking GPS voice is sexy as a motherfucker. I was like, what? This bitch getting me hard as shit. I'm going turning off like, turn left, bitch. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then I'm thinking this, I was like, that's just what I want to raise my son to just say crazy shit. But I just want to raise my son to be an old, crazy black dude. And he does it, and he told me, he's like, I gotta watch what I say around you because you're gonna be making fun of me. I was like, man, I'm not gonna talk about you on stage because you want me to talk about you on stage or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna do it, but I ended up doing it. I'm doing it right now. I didn't mean to, but I'm like, this dude is such an inspiration. And he has no idea. I don't want to be that guy. I want my son to be that. Like, I don't know, he was telling me, he loves giving me advice. It's not good advice, but he liked giving me advice. And like, he tried to give me this recipe for chicken, and this shit was fucked up. He's like, let's boil it for 15 minutes. I was like, I'm already done with this conversation. Like, yeah. Like, I just look to be that old and black, and I'm like, chicken, like, put it in boil. Anyway, he's like, then you take all the skin off. I was like, why am I still? Anyway, and then he said my favorite word that he's like, yeah, and then you put the Worcestershire sauce on it. The Worcestershire sauce on it. The what? I was like, the Worcestershire sauce. I was like, what are you saying, man? The Worcestershire sauce. He's like, why you always making fun of the way that I talk? I was like, you always make fun of the way that I talk. He's like, bitch, where you from? I was like, Virginia Beach. He's like, no, you ain't. He's like, yeah, I am. He's like, nah, man, you don't sound like you're from, you sound like from California or some fucking surfer dude or some shit. I was like, I'm from Virginia Beach. He's like, you don't fucking sound right. I was like, you don't sound right either, but the fucking Worcestershire sauce. What the fuck? And then I said, I don't even know your name. What's your name? He goes, my name's Kev. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, my name's Kev. I was like, Flem? I don't know what you're saying, dude. I don't know what you're saying. So he's like, my name's Kev. I was like, Kevin? He's like, no, Kev. I was like, Kevin? He's like, no, Kev. Like, Kevin? He's like, he's not fucking with me, man. I was like, yeah, this is gonna be great. This is exactly how I'm gonna raise my son. We're just gonna argue all day or whatever. I plan on having a good time with everybody out here. You guys ready to have a good time? Tonight, somebody is going home with $25, and you guys are going to choose who that is. It's going to be one of you. Everybody's going to come up here and get 5 minutes. I'm going to give you the light when you have a minute left. There's no rules and no restrictions. I always like to say the only rule is to be funny, but nobody's been following that motherfucker since I've been saying it. So I don't see the reason to put it out there. But definitely excited for your first comment. Put your hands together for this funny motherfucker, Mr. David Alvarado.
What's up, Pinboys? Happens every time, I feel like, that cutting out. So Tyrell, before you said that dude's name, I thought you were talking about King Dave the entire time. An old man that's super horny for no fucking reason and tries to give you advice without you asking for it ever. This fucking guy. You know what I'm talking about, right? Like, oh my god. That dude gave me a signed picture of himself. Like, how fucking embarrassing is that? Like would anyone here ever give, like, I'm sorry, that's just fucking stupid. Yeah, I'm a little depressed. That's only because I'm a soccer fan and my country got knocked out. And it's annoying because we had hope. We had so much hope. And hope is kind of like, it's just addicting, you know what I mean? And then, like, you know, you gotta, like, now I'm like, I quit hope cold turkey, basically, is what happened. And now I've got spasms in my mood, you know what I mean? Like, I'll just lash out at someone for no reason. Like, you look like a boy right now, like a little child. And I was gonna say that, like, you know, and then I looked at what I'm wearing myself. I'm wearing an oversized shirt and shorts. So I also look like a fucking child. What's up, bitches? Pinboys, am I right? Yeah, let's go. Let's go, dude. Hell yeah. I'm getting high as fuck. I'm thinking about stupid shit. You guys ever think about the dude that invented the microscope? Like, Like, how nosy do you have to be? Like, what a piece of shit. Let these bacteria be. You know what I mean? Like, nobody, they weren't bothering anyone. Like, like, without the microscope, Louis Pasteur would have never made up any of those antibiotics and shit like that, and people would still be dying when they were supposed to. Now we're living to like 80, 90, and it's just fucking stupid. Like, we gotta, I'm sorry, Rich. We're supposedly held accountable for the safety and health of these people. And we're just like, I'm just like, I can't do it. That's why I'm glad the vaccine came around. Because now I can tongue kiss my grandma really deep and float again. You know what I mean? She gagged. It was fun. I haven't done that in a year. It was, yeah. All right, this is going terribly. I'm exposing a lot about my personal life that I would rather just not admit to on record. So we're living in terrible times. I went to Taco Bell in the Midwest the other week and asked for a quesarito because I'm a fat piece of shit. Yeah. Thank you. Less fat piece of shit. And it was heartbreaking, guys. The lady at the drive-thru was like through the speaker, like, "We don't serve that." I was like, I swear to God, I had a quesarito here like a year ago. What happened? But the way she said it was like, "We don't serve that. We've never served that," is how she basically said it. She made it seem like, she made me feel in a moment, and this might be my own insecurities talking right now, made me feel like I came up with a fucking quesarito. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that much of a beautiful bastard to come up with something so genius as wrapping a fucking quesadilla around a burrito. I've never been that high, is what I'm saying, I guess. I don't know. You know what? Have I gotten the light yet? Have I been ignoring it? Has this been a scorcher of a set, dude? No, I'm just kidding. Obviously not. Let me tell you guys a little about myself. Thank you.
Do it now.
Just my timing is off. Is what I'm doing into all of this. Did you start it late? Okay. Well, anyway. So I don't know if you guys have seen the construction. It's awesome. A lot of piles of dirt. Reminds me of where I was born. Guys, I'm from a little town called Chernobyl. Have you guys heard Chernobyl? So much fun. My great aunt has 3 eyes due to radiation poisoning, and I have 3 penises. Yes, 3 penises. I know what you're thinking. It's not all it's made out to be, 3 penises. It's not beautiful. It's kind of shitty because here's the thing. They're slanted, and I'm not even Asian. And then also the outer 2 are like big, and the middle one is small, and that's kind of fucking shitty. I feel like God like really did me over on that one because it's so awkward trying to fuck a girl with like a pitchfork pelvis. You know what I mean? Like it don't work out all that good. It's weird. Girls, like I don't know. There's just not a lot of cum sluts around that would take that many dicks from that little dudes. All right, that's my set. You're welcome, guys. Bye.
Keep going, give it all around, everybody. All right, well, if you want some advice, don't ask for the light and then run it. Oh, can I get the light? Hold on. Nah. This next comic definitely doesn't need any advice because he's a killer. Put your hands together for Mr. Frank McNamee.
What up, Pinboys? Sometimes you'll see no soliciting signs on houses. It's never a nice house. Never a house that has people knocking on the door. I don't know why they have the signs up there. I guess to make themselves feel better. Like, You wouldn't believe all the soliciting we get at this house. This house is insane. We get people knocking on our door all day, all night. And it's always a disgusting house. Huge grass, fucked up shutters. Like, you spent the money on that sign, buy a lawnmower. Buy a better shutter, you know? I know why you guys aren't laughing. It's because this mic quality is horrible. That's the only possible reason. I like sounding like I'm blown out when I'm barely speaking.
Yeah.
It's the great quality of an open mic. I haven't been here in a year and the sound quality got worse.
Yeah.
It's like the mic got COVID or some shit. On dating profiles, sometimes I'll see women who say that they identify as a mermaid or like mermaids, like they think mermaids are beautiful. And I don't really understand that, because a mermaid is a creature. It's like a mythological beast. And there ain't nothing sexy about a mythological beast, I'll tell you that right now. Yeah. So now in my dating profiles, I put down that I'm a chupacabra. And that I enjoy killing sheep and covering myself in blood and running around in the mud. If that's what a chupacabra does, I don't know. The other day I heard my neighbors having sex, downstairs neighbors, and I was like, I think I'm going to partake in this too. I'm going to get my due, a spectator's three-way, you know what I mean? I started doing my thing. You know, she's hot, he's hot, I'm hot. Let's do it. So I started doing it, and then she's making some weird noises. And I'm like, whoa, that one was a little long. That one, I don't know what that was. And then I realized it was their dog, actually. Their dog was in its cage, and it was barking. So I kept going, because once I pop, the phone don't stop. I just thought of that. Yeah, thank you. Did not deserve that. And yeah, you know, now like some dogs turn me on sometimes. Some dog noises, that is. Cool black guys and corny white women have a lot in common. Like one thing specifically is custom license plates. Like if you are driving down the road, you see a white Ford, whatever, and the custom plate says "One True God." Number 1, TRUGOD. You don't know if that's going to be like a blonde, a 50-year-old woman with the short hair, or like a big black guy with a Bluetooth, you know? No clue. They have a lot in common, these people. That's why they make such good porno. I'm 5'6", which is short. The average height is 5'9" for a man. That's 3 inches. That's a small penis, 3 inches. I'm a small penis away from being average height. 6 inches is an average penis. I'm an average penis away from being tall. And that's all I wrote about that. I'm not going to finish that one. But thank you guys. Have a good one.
Keep going. Break man, everybody. This next comic has an amazingly average penis. Put your hands together for Mr. George Blaha.
Thank you, I guess. I appreciate that. It's the least I could ask for, I guess. So on Thursday, we did a show. I hosted a show, and something happened that I don't know how to feel about. I rapped on stage. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, does that make me a black comic? Is that who I am now? Did I turn into a black? Because the problem is that I rapped and it killed.
Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna do it again. And I hate myself for that reason. And I'm gonna be honest, I've been struggling with my on-stage persona. Like I still haven't figured out who I am. So maybe I'll start leaning into my blackness on stage. Maybe I'll start doing that. Like I'm planning to start tagging my punchlines with, you know what I'm saying, just lean a little bit more into my African American persona. Maybe. I would love to start wearing do-rags, by the way. I would love. Dude, it's the most efficient way to protect your head for ticks. It's the most efficient way. Like, I go hiking, dude, there's no tick that's gonna, like, munch on my skull when I go hiking with a do-rag, for sure. I feel like contact highs are bullshit. I don't feel like no one's actually had a contact high, really. Someone's smoking a joint next to you. Oh, I'm tripping balls now, too. That's wishful thinking, dude. That's wishful thinking. Like, I am trying to quit nicotine. I'm 2 days in. I'm fucking miserable. I almost didn't come here today, but then I wrote that black joke and I can't do it. Thank you, Pinboys, for providing a Puerto Rican the same space to tell a black joke. Thank you very much, Pinboys. Thank you. But yeah, contact highs are bullshit, dude. Like, I've been 2 days without nicotine, and I was sitting next to these two fucks. They're fucking blowing cigarette smoke in my face, and I still feel miserable, dude. Dude, if a contact high was real, whenever someone would smoke a cigarette next to someone who was sensitive to, like, stimulants, more people would be, like, randomly, spontaneously shitting their pants next to someone smoking a cigarette. Contact highs are bullshit. I feel like if you are in the CIA and the method of torture your go-to is waterboarding, you're a fucking hack. You're a goddamn fucking hack, sir. I mean, millions upon billions of dollars are going into, like, funding the military-industrial complex. I feel like you should be torturing people in more creative ways. It bugs me, dude. It bugs me. Like, at least waterboard with mineral water, at least. And just drown them in fucking fizz, dude. Imagine how miserable you would be. Dude, if I was in the CIA, what I would do is I would train spiders to dance because it's the CIA. Like, they have all these secret technologies that we don't know about yet. They could probably train spiders into, like, dancing. I would train, like, tiny little spiders into dancing, and then I'll make them crawl into, like, some, like, terrorist's dick hole and tap dance. Anyways, that's all I have. Thank you very much. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
You go from George Bye, everybody. It's funny, man. I had the same conversation with myself. Like, I'm gonna start leaning into my blackness on stage. See if anybody, nobody's noticed yet. There's still waiting. Yeah, everything I learned about being black, I learned from your next comic. Put your hands together for Mr. Joseph Jenkins. Yeah, that's your problem.
That's funny shit. Everything I learned about how being black was listening to rapping clowns. So we're not gonna get into that today. But everybody in here knows somebody that actually believes in the zodiac shit. Everybody does. And it's crazy because I went on a date with a girl and, like, she asked me 2 questions. One question was, what's my name? The other one was, what's my zodiac sign? And I was like, why? She was like, I just want to see if we're compatible. And I was like, you smoke weed? She's like, yeah. And I was like, we're compatible. That's it. That's all we need to know. Shit. But but, like, it's crazy that people believe in that shit from people that came up with that thousands of years ago because they didn't have nothing to do. Nothing at all. They believe in the moon and the stars and the sky. and I'll be there. I'll be there, and I swear. I kind of went off on a tangent a little bit. Sorry. They should come with like terms and conditions because I dated this chick and she called me by my zodiac sign and she was like, Leo, why did you put Miracle Whip on my gluten-free salad? And I was like, because it's my salad dressing, bitch. I had to say that. I was playing video games. I had to tell her that. She was mad. She was like, she didn't know. I didn't know Miracle Whip is not gluten-free. It has water. Also, they also would wake up in the morning and put on a pot of coffee, grab the paper, look at the horoscope. The horoscope would determine the whole day. You know, like Cancer. 'Tis the season, because it's Cancer season. I don't know. They'd be like, oh, Cancer. Oh, what does it say? Today you're gonna shit your dick. What? You're gonna shit your dick today. And that will fuck up their whole day. So they're going into work, mad as fuck, and you're like, bro, what happened? What's wrong, man? I don't know, man. Today I read my horoscope this morning and they said I'm gonna shit my dick. It's like, oh man, that's fucked up. I'm a Leo and I already shat my dick. That's what the horoscope says. So any Cancer in here, that's right in here right now, you're gonna shit your dick. And they always have ghetto curtains everywhere. You know, the beaded curtains you gotta walk through. That shit is stupid. I opened the refrigerator, ghetto curtain in there. Had Bob Marley on there looking at me like, hey man, you know this milk is not vegan. Like, oh. How do you not have almond milk and you just crying about being vegan? But let's keep this going because this shit is fucking stupid. Also, they burn weed, they burn sage. Sage is supposed to relieve the negative energy in the room, but it smells like weed. And I was like, what is that? You been smoking weed? What the fuck is that? What the fuck are you doing? It's like, it's smudge. I'm smudging you. I'm smudging you. I'm getting rid of all negative energy because you had a shit there. What the fuck is smudging? That sounds like a weird sex act. Smudging. Babe, I just smudged all over you. But you know, so crazy that I called her my throat goat because she's a Capricorn. Anyway, that is my time. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Let's give it back to your host, Tyler Sackler.
Keep it going, Justin Davis, everybody. Now, give it up for Dave, also for taking care of everybody in the room. Holy God. Gotta tip him well. Gotta give him enough for a razor to finish shaving. Just keep that little piece in the middle. We're almost there. No, it's good. It's good. Is everybody having a good time out there?
Yeah.
You guys ready for your next comic? It's their first time on the mic, so give her a big Pinboys welcome. Put your hands together. 4.
Thank you for the warm welcome. I really appreciate that. It's Pride Month. We're queers. I thought it was going to be more quiet than that, so I'm actually kind of proud that I did get up. How many of y'all faked it? How many of y'all just said woo because y'all like, I support, I'm an ally?
I'm taking a lot of dicks.
Good for you. Okay, so I got a friend in here. All right. Are you a gold star?
Yeah.
You're a gold star. You ain't never had a vagina.
Too many flaps.
You sound like every straight man I've ever met. And so many flaps, I just can't find it. I know why y'all ain't laughing. y'all know y'all can't find it. But no. I had to ask because I'm not a gold star. I am a lesbian, but I'm not a gold star. I've had quite a few dudes. You know, and you know when a guy's trying to pick you up, they always say, you just ain't never had good dick. You You just got to try it. And then I remember. Then I started thinking about what guys think good dick is. They think it's got to be big and girthy. That is how y'all think. Don't try. That's how y'all think. They're like, oh, I got a little penis. I just can't. Y'all even say little dick energy. Don't try this with me. I talk to you before. I talk to men before. But no. I remember. I told actually a lot of dudes, and I remember the worst experience I've ever had in my entire life was with the biggest dick I've ever had in my entire life. Like I'm laying there and I'm chilling, and this dude walks in wearing a towel freshly out the shower, smelling like chamomile lotion and shit. And I'm like, oh, you smell lovely. Then he drops this towel, and I'm like, oh my God, you're about to change my life, aren't you? You look like you're gonna relocate my ovaries, and I don't have to. But then I started feeling myself, because I'm like, I'm a strong, independent black woman. I can take that. I can handle that. That is fine. I got this. So then I lays down, right? And little did I know, because y'all never heard about showers and growers. Yeah. I thought you had to pick. But this motherfucker had the audacity. I ain't even strong enough to move this shit. But he had the audacity.
It's big and black, so.
He had the audacity to be a shower and a grower. I was like, why is your dick bigger than me? What and how am I supposed to fit this on my inside? And you know what he said? Find out. And I said, strong, independent black woman. Give it to me. And did I tell y'all before that was awful? Because it was awful. It didn't get better. It was terrible. So I fucked him again, and I still think it's awful. But the worst part about it was the fact that he had the audacity to go. He thinks he's funny. I'm actually funny.
Yeah.
Thank you. But no, like telling jokes. And so one day he tells a joke. Most of the time his jokes just make him laugh, right?
Yes.
And didn't he have the gall to laugh at his joke and go, I feel so bad for my mama. I see why she don't sleep in the bed with him. I wouldn't either. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all. Y'all have a good night.
You go for it. Yeah, I remember the first time I took a big black dick. Now me and my dad don't talk either. Yeah. Your next comic is what I imagine Ash would have been if she stayed straight. Put your hands together for Jessica.
What up, Pinboys?
Yeah.
All right. So, how are you guys doing? Oh, it is cold in here.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I recently quit my job.
Yeah.
And understandably, the first question I get is, how are you going to pay your bills? And if there's truly a concern, my cash app is J.E. Wright without the T. But a few things can happen. AMC can go to the moon if I have any investors in here. I can get a sugar daddy, or one of my parents can die. Either one of those, I'll be all set, But yesterday I introduced myself to this girl. I was like, "Hi, I'm Jessica. It's nice to meet you." And she's like, "We've met. We've done 2 open mics together last month." And I was like, "Oh." It's like, you can't recover from that. You can't just be like, "Oh yeah, I knew that. I was making sure you remembered, silly me." It's just the fact that she wasn't important enough for me to remember her. It's just hanging there in the space, just reminding me of what an asshole I am, And And it's not even like I can redeem myself next time. Like, hey, Sheila, you heard that? Sheila, I remember. I'm not an asshole. Let's start our friendship, you know? It's just that. But I don't like stuff that paints me in a bad light. So I don't like when jobs ask you, like, what are your weaknesses? Like, well, I know that you're gonna ask me if I have any questions after this. So, like, my question is, do we really have to talk about that? Is that necessary? Like, you heard my stress, isn't that enough? Isn't that good enough for you? Like, why do we have to deal with that? Like, I'm great. You're gonna hire me. Like, see you Monday. So what's the deal? But one of my mom friends posted on Facebook, and she said she feels really bad when she spanks her kids. And I'm like, that's your intuition. Listen to it. But don't beat yourself up just because you beat your kids up. We all make mistakes. But, women are pussies. Allow me to explain. No, because what do we do? So first you're gonna make me fall. Where was I at? Okay, so before my punchline was interrupted, men can disrespect us, and what do? Fall in love. Like a guy can tell me, like, you're too tall. You got bunions. Your hair stinks. You wash it, and I'm like, give me that dick. Like, my mom disrespected me, and I love her, so it's okay, you know. But then eventually I realized my worth, and I usually just ghost. I just cut off communication. So now I'm a pussy and a dick.
Nice.
But I don't believe men when they say I'm too tall, because if I was too anything, why are you still texting me? Like if there was this guy, I thought talking to him because he was too smelly. I wasn't texting him WYD the next day, unless that stands for wash your dick. Because it tastes like pee. Nasty. No, but do I have any ladies in here? Yeah. Like, if a man ever tells you you're too anything, like too big, too small, don't listen to him. They just lie. That's the only way they know how to get pussy. But I think casual sex is weird. Because it's like you're gonna know like my deepest, most intimate secrets, and then not text me the next day, and then you're like, well, you can't get mad because you're not my girl. Like, what do you mean I'm not your girl? You were just saying that's my dick, and now I'm not your girl. Like how? I don't get it. Like, and it's just like, why do we call it casual sex? Like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna casually ride your face. You would casually feel the condom break and casually have your son. Just keeping it light. You know? So I think my time's up. I don't have time for my closers. So I'm just gonna end it there. Thank you guys.
You go for another Liz, everybody. Beautiful. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. I just keep thinking. I'm still thinking about big black dicks. You guys keep talking about how these awesome giant dicks. It's amazing. Sounds so good. I'm starting to. Hey, Matt, we might have to talk after the show. No, I'm kidding. You guys ready for your next comic with the most beautiful dick in the room? Put your hands together for Mr. Mickey.
All right. What's up, guys? I'm not going to talk about dick. Sorry to disappoint. That's not where I'm at in life. But I saw a fox in the parking lot and it ran past my car. He didn't give a fox. I'll get right into it. So I don't get why people play Sports Center in public places. Like, because if you're watching a TV, you want just like a pretty picture. Like, what happened to that? What happened to just like a nice, pretty picture on the TV? Like, that's what you should put in public place, not somewhere where people are talking or like CNN or some shit. It's bullshit. I was just thinking that. I mean, this is, you know, you guys don't get it. This is a focused room. Like, I was in long shots. They had like Animal Planet behind me, and I think that's why I was bombing. Like, probably not, but like, I could blame it on like a penguin. Like, you know, it was a little bit easier on the ego. There's like a distraction. Yeah, I don't know. I think like TV kind of sucks and YouTube kind of sucks. Like, you can't get what you want. Like on YouTube, like YouTube sucks because everybody's like trying to be like the YouTube guy. Like everybody's the main character. Like I was trying to show a baby a horse. I was like, he had like a little horse toy, and I was like trying to tell him, look, like, you can ride this. And I was like, pulled out my phone. I'm like, YouTube horse. And it's like the guy's like in the horse video. He's not even riding a horse. He's just like standing in front of it, like he's doing horse maintenance. He's like brushing it off, and like that's not what you want. It's not what you want. You want a beautiful, majestic horse galloping, and a guy is just clinging to it and whipping it maybe, and he's master horse. That's what I want to see.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I thought it was. I wanted to show him that he was better than the horse. Like you're not. I don't know. Because the kid was doing this, I don't know. I was trying to educate him. It wasn't. You can't educate it. I don't know. You really can't educate people. You really can't educate people. People will do bullshit all their lives. People in college, I know none of you guys have been there before, but people in college love to dress up for some reason. Like, people love to put on a costume, and it's not even like Halloween, which is weird. Like, people like. It's like office hoes and CEOs, and this is the first time most of these people put on a suit ever, is for the party. Like, you don't have to wear a suit to go to college. You wear it for the party. And it's always Jersey night. Like, they love a Jersey night. It's every night, like, you'll go out and you're wearing a jersey, and they're like, what are you doing, guy? Last night was Jersey night. But you're all good, because tomorrow's Jersey night, bro. Just put that one back. Put that one back on the hanger. Just switch it out. It's every night they love to dress up. It's strange. The other thing that's going around is the COVID still. Don't forget, the COVID's still going around. But the new thing is like all these strains. Like, it's a new strain every week. Like, they had like the South African strain a while ago, and now it's like there's just like alpha, beta, delta strains. But like the new one I heard about, they have like the Indonesian dragon strain. That's what they were talking about on the news today. This is the new one. It's like the guy was like, I got the Indonesian dragon strain, dude. This is a witness. This is a victim of the Indonesian dragon. He's like, dude, I got it about last week. I can't hear, smell, taste, or touch anything. It's pretty much the best thing I've ever had. The Indonesian dragon strain will fuck you up, dude. Well, I got the light, but I still got a minute, apparently, right? Yeah. It's Jersey night. I should have worn my jersey, too. Like,
I'm the only one.
No, Miles wearing a jersey. And it's not even like a real jersey. It's like his like anime jersey. Like, what's up with that? Tyrell, I like your shirt, but you're way too old to be wearing that shirt. What? Dude, what? You can't really. I don't know. I'm sorry. That might be really true. What? I know. I'm angry with that. I ruined it. I'm sorry. What? Guys, thank you for the noise. Stop giving it up for Mickey P. Fuck that. Shit on my fucking shirt. At least we have something in common, Miggy. Share a common interest. Good luck getting back on this mic, motherfucker. Fuck that shit. Talk shit about DGD. Fuck you, dude. Oh, God. I'm not about to beat you like one of my white
So you guys having a good time out there?
Yeah.
You guys ready to continue to keep having a good time? Put your hands together for Mr.
Tyrell Shackelford, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Started out a little different. Who likes impressions?
Yay!
Okay. This is an impression of a giraffe giving birth.
Oh, that's it.
They don't even care where it goes after it falls. Couldn't work that better if I tried. This feels like a safe space. Safe enough. I have a side gig. I'm a professional bank robber. Don't tell anyone. There's a live feed. Oh no. But I know I'm a professional bank robber because Tyrell Shackelford, you've known me the longest. Have you ever heard of me robbing a bank? No. I'm killing it. I'm killing it. There's an important thing I learned while robbing banks, and that's in movie heists, statistically, horse-drawn carriages have a higher success rate than cars. So I have a system, and that system is called a horse named Fibber. That's right, I rob banks with my horse. One important thing about bank robbery, we all know it, wear a mask. Don't forget it at home. One thing I had to learn, don't put a mask on the horse. It's actually much easier to find a horse in a mask than a horse not wearing a mask. The second thing, it's important that when you're talking to the teller and you're in the middle of what we call in the business the robbery, you gotta make direct eye contact with the bank teller. You go, Nancy, because you read her name tag. You gotta pay attention when you're robbing a bank or things could go south. Nancy, you gotta stop crying right now. This is a 5-minute set. We don't have time for this. Nancy, do you see that horse outside? She'll know it's a horse because it's not wearing a mask. It's very tricky for them to tell if it's wearing a mask. Nancy, stay focused. That horse has 3 jobs. 1, pull the carriage. That's why I hired him. 2, stay sober. I can't deal with it again. And 3, when we get home, that horse's first job is to look inside the bag of money and count it. So if you even think about putting one of those exploding paint packets in that, look at that horse's face. Do you want to ruin that mane forever? I've now solved the blue paint packet bombs that they put in the bank robbery. Professional. The third thing, and the most important thing, is if you're caught in a corner, because sometimes horses aren't as fast as cars, you always have the option, when held at gunpoint by the police, to hop forward and hold the horse hostage. Okay, officer, we got 2 ways to deal with this. One's the light. We've added a third option. The second way is you let me go. Or the third, which was supposed to be the second Tyrell Shackelford, is you have to deal with a 1,200-pound body. And because the horse isn't wearing a mask, they don't know you're a cohort's professional. Thank you all very much. I've been Justin T. I'm a professional man for hovering.
Give it over for Justin T, everybody. Can you describe the robber, Nancy? Yeah, he came in with a microphone and speakers. Started yelling at him. The horse is gonna get painted. That should be insane. I didn't even tell the person who was next that they were next, did I? Yeah. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did my job. I'm happy he's here. Put your hands here for Mr. Larry Brown.
Thank you. I figure out how this thing comes out. Went to the Kentucky Derby recently, and they weighed the guy, the jockey. That's what it's called. Yeah. He said he weighed 90 pounds, soaking wet. I say he shouldn't have been standing underneath the horse. I've been asked how I felt about reincarnation, and I said I don't believe in that crap. And I didn't when I was a monkey either. You ever get a dog, your neighbor's dog, that bark all night long, just keep you awake, you can't sleep, you gotta get up, go to work the next day, barking all night long? That's a total wife. Tomorrow's gonna be different. You have to go over there and talk to the neighbors about their dog. Well, that next night, the dog sounded like he was right in my backyard. You didn't do what I told you about that dog, did you? She says, well, did something better. I tied the dog up in our backyard, see how they like it. I was at a hot dog stand the other day, and I was eating a hot dog. Had a bowl of navy bean soup, and they go together. And this old fellow, much older than me, a couple of years, he had a patch on his shoulder, said he was a crosswalk guard. I said, my goodness. There's hardly a whole lot of kids going to school nowadays. Besides, isn't that considered as human trafficking? I was in the auto parts store the other day. I need some oil for my truck. It's got a lot of miles on it. I was reading the labels, so they got some high mileage oil, like a 10W50 or something. I don't know, probably 2050. In my mind, the way it thinks, I was thinking, you know what? I wonder if what is it, KY lubricants? Maybe they got something for high mileage. I was telling my wife the other day, she was dressing, undressing. I don't know what she was doing, but she was looking good. And I said, wife, her name's Carol. Okay, Carol, I didn't marry you for your money. How about keeping them curtains pulled? This is going to be a long one. My brother, a couple of weeks ago, he comes home from church with a black eye. My God Almighty, what in the world happened in church for you to get a black eye? He said, well, this lady, she sat in front of me in the pew, and the choir director had everybody stand up and sing the next song. And when she got up, her skirt had gathered in butt crack there, and my brother, he had generally plea ain't too bright. He pulls it out, and she hauls off and gives him a black eye. So he comes on and I ask him about the black eye, what happened? Because we aren't gonna mess with her laundry no more, are we? I said, no, we can't do that. So just last week he comes back, he's got 2 black eyes now. What happened? He says, well, it wasn't me this time, it was my friend next to me. He pulled it out when she got up, and I know how, I know she don't like that. I pushed it back in. And that's the reason why you got that second black eye. So last week was, I guess it was Father's Day. My wife, she got me y'all ain't heard nothing hit the floor heavy. Anyway, she got me a cock ring, and I think it's too big. And if you hear it roll across the floor, keep an eye out. I don't have any more big jokes like y'all got with the big jokes, so. I don't know if I got time for a little big joke.
You do one more.
Sometimes, yeah, I'll wear latex for, kind of suppresses the guilt. Latex glove, and I acquired a rash, and I went to a gynecologist, which I found out was a woman doctor, not a male doctor. She said, well, I'll have a look at it anyway. Put the gown on and we're open to the front. I'll be right back. She knocks on the door. I'm coming in. Okay. So let me see what you got. I said, oh my God, that's got to be the smallest cock I've ever seen in my life on a man. And she says, well, what seems to be the problem with it? I said, it feels like it's swollen. Oh, so she, well, there's a treatment for it. You go home and get you a little saucer of milk, put it on the kitchen table, and soak it in there for about 15 minutes, 3 times a day, for about a week, come back and see me. Well, about the second day, my wife comes in. She said, oh my goodness, what are you doing? I was wondering what was happening to all the milk. I was wondering how you reloaded that.
Keep it going, one leg round, everybody. Good. I was like, yeah, that man's a little bit, older than me. I was like, this is fucking dust. Who is this dude? How old is this guy? That's cool, man. You did a great job. You did a great job. You guys having a good time out there, man? Yeah. Keep that energy up for everybody's favorite uncle at the cookout, Mr. Willie.
Father's Day was last week.
Yeah.
I actually saw mine for Father's Day. Y'all didn't see y'all's ha-ha. I'm glad I got to see my dad. Ha-ha. That's unheard of. But how y'all doing tonight? Oh, this is what air conditioning feels like? Yeah. Tyra, this is much better than the wall units we had growing up. Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Much better. Oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to just chill for a bit. Literally, it's nice and cool up here. Nice and cool. You want to know something? I went to go to Corral Saturday, right? And I was disappointed. Well, I went to go fix my fucking plate. I saw some fried chicken and got happy. But then I looked at it a little closer and I was disappointed with what I saw. I saw some soggy, undercooked fried chicken and an all-black staff. I'm wondering I asked one of them over, I said, hey, I don't want to cause any problems or anything, but who cooked that chicken? Oh, she did. She's new. I was like, you talking about her over there? The girl about Black as Wesley Snipes over there? The one that looked like she got a grandmother that works at a school Monday through Friday and cooks for the church on Sunday? You sure that bitch ain't in blackface, man? It's funny. Fuck it. You know what I don't get? Burger King. burgers fucking suck, but your chicken is good. I don't fucking get it. You go to KFC, you order a 20-piece for you and your folks. There's a fat motherfucker that's the manager. And he walks up to the register with grease around his damn mouth. And a couple of crumbs in his beard and shit. How can I take your order? I'm like, oh, no, you cannot take my order. What you can do is, you can put in what I want, and you can put the chicken in the bucket, not in your fucking mouth, and I can pay you, and I can get the fuck out of here because I grew up around white people, and I'm not comfortable right now. Oh, man. No race jokes. I mean, were we a little too racist before?
No.
I mean, for real, were we a little too racist before? Like, was it a little too much for me to say that I wanted to throw a taco over the fence?
No.
To see if Mexicans would fight over it and shit. Like, I really tried it. I was a fucked up kid. Like, I didn't like my childhood, so I just decided to find ways to just ruin everyone else's and shit. Oh, man, I feel like we all did. We were all that kid at one point in time. But I was disappointed about that, though. They didn't fight over it. But I was disappointed at the fact that black people would fight over a chicken sandwich. I'm very disappointed. Black lives matter, but chicken sandwiches matter more. Oh, man. I'm really high right now. And I'm just like, what the fuck am I going to do next? Am I going to make any more stereotypical jokes? Am I going to make any more racist jokes?
Yes.
I should. I don't know.
It's your time.
It's my time. Y'all want me to sing y'all a song?
Yeah.
Okay, someone make a beat. I'm black.
Okay.
And I don't fucking rap.
Hello, everybody. I'm black and I don't fucking rap. Yeah. Good shit, man. Could have been a hit. That's all it takes. Put a hook under it. Yeah, it'll be pretty cool. I love this next comic. I just hate when he's on stage because I can't keep a straight face. Put your hands together for Mr. Matthew Parsons.
How you guys doing? I'm not gonna talk too much about dick jokes being a gay medium and all, so.
Sorry.
I can't get fucked right now. I got fucked last week by a big black dick, and I got an anal fissure. You ever heard of an anal fissure? It's a split in your asshole. And unfortunately, I can't celebrate Pride that I want, or the way that I want to. So kind of sucks. Can't be gay for a while. So guess I gotta use my dick to fuck it out. I'll try more of a bottom, but you know. Anyways, I think it's interesting. My parents named me Matthew because growing up, they were more religious at the time, and if you know anything about the scripture in the Bible, Matthew basically, a lot of the passages talk about Jesus feeding 5,000 people with a loaf of bread and some fish. And I'm glad to say that I'm a modern day Matthew because I don't know what I would have done in that situation. Talking to Jesus, well, Jesus, I don't eat seafood, so you got an alternative? Could you cook me up a burger, or is that whole red meat thing trigger you or something? I don't know. I'll just stick with the loaf of bread, you know. I don't know. Imagine cooking for Jesus, so it's like, hey, Jesus, I'm cooking you a steak, and it's almost done. It's medium rare, just the way you like it. Medium rare, red meat, blasphemy. I asked for well done. All right, Jesus Christ. I can see you're not into flavor. I'll cook it a little bit longer for you. One of my favorite verses or scriptures of the Bible is Jeremiah, because it talks about, it says, how foolish a man to go out and cut down a tree and bring it home and decorate it. And growing up as a child, my parents used to love Christmas, especially my mother. And I remember this one year, we got this Christmas tree that would always constantly fall down because my dad didn't anchor it correctly. And I was coming home from school one day. My mom at the time was a stay-at-home mom, so she would sit around and just watch soap operas. And I was coming in the door, and once I came inside the house, this Christmas tree, it came down and crashed right onto my mother while she's laying down on the sofa, watching her soap opera, Days of Our Lives. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's a sign. Jesus is counting down the days of her life. So I think it's really funny when people, they reach the age of 50 or older, and they all of a sudden they just become religious. Like they gotta have that afterlife insurance policy just in case. So I'm circumcised. It's kind of random, but thank you. I really appreciate that. And I think my parents were doing that because they were foreshadowing me once I reached high school, because they knew I was going to be emo. So they just told the doctor to go ahead and cut it. Yeah. So I checked out this establishment over the weekend called the Royal Bazaar. And I was thinking like it was one of those freak show attractions, like the ones that you see at the circus. I saw the word bizarre, and I'm thinking like the lizard man, the bearded lady or something. So I go into this establishment, I walk over to this Middle Eastern guy working the cash register, and I say, so here's a few bucks. You guys got the bearded lady on display in the back somewhere? And he starts yelling and screaming at me, telling me to get the hell out of the store. And I said, well, Jesus Christ, what's your problem? I literally get my ass turned out by a bunch of Middle Eastern guys. Okay. And once they tossed me out, I realized that there's a little tiny lettering right below the hours of operation. And the Royal Bazaar is a food market for Middle Eastern people, and not a circus show attraction. That's my time. Thank you so much.
Give me a go for Matty Parsons, everybody. I was going to say, I can tell by your tattoos and short shorts you were into cutting. That's what I'm just saying. Just the tip, if you would. Just a little off the top. I don't know how you tell a doctor to cut a kid's dick. It's not what you just a little off the top. It's a white kid, not too much. You get the tweezers, doctor, easy. It's cool. This next comment. Got foreskins for days. Put your hands together for Mr. John Brown. How you guys doing tonight?
Yeah.
Glad to hear it. That's good. That's good. As I was saying, I was like, God damn. Anyway, it's been about a year and some change since I've done stand-up last. And it was a rough year. But the other day, I was driving down the road, and I could tell this car in front of me was like watching his GPS just a little too closely. He was about to get onto the on-ramp, and he just almost slammed into the wall, like right before he got onto the on-ramp. And right at the last second, he like cut and like did not slam into the wall. And I went, God damn it. Like I really wanted to watch that. So I knew it was time to get back into stand-up. That energy has to go somewhere. I can't just be a sadist. But funny enough, like over the course of 2020, I started experiencing like severe depression. I was having crazy panic attacks. I have no idea how far to keep this mic away from my mouth. I hear myself like in and out, in and out. And at some point, I got like super anxious and thought I was like, I had cancer. Like every day, I was obsessed about it, thought about it, day in, day out. And after a little bit of time, I was like, you know what? If I die, fuck it. So then I just started going back to my normal routine. Work, eat, go to bed. Work, eat, go to bed. Work, eat, go to bed.
And eventually, I realized I haven't masturbated in like 2 months.
Jesus.
I'm just so tired, you know? And when that dawned on me, I was like, no, fuck it, let's just keep it going. And then the craziest thing that has ever happened to me about a month ago. I did a little slump dump, a little sleep cream, nocturnal emission, if you will. I didn't know that could happen to you after you were 13. I was like, Jesus Christ. And I went to work the next day just so bummed, just so down on myself. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And I couldn't tell anybody about it. How does somebody go, hey, what's wrong? You're like, I jizzed myself. How is that what you come, that's not the heat that you bring. They're like, hey, what's wrong? I'm like, oh. So I Googled it. And it was like, most healthy men, you know, at basically any age can experience a nocturnal emission. And that just kept like ringing in my ears, like basically any healthy man. I guess I don't have cancer, that's cool. I don't think Chadwick Boseman was busting a whole lot of nuts there at the end, so that's
Well,
that lifted my spirits. And then I watched Black Panther, and it was great. No, but I didn't jerk off to that, so that's my friend. But I think that's about my time. That's all the heat I was bringing. Thank you everybody. A lot of fun.
Shout out, everybody. You were invited to his Black Panther beat-off party. Shit is that? What kind of? Not right now. I don't know. It's interesting. I just keep thinking about. Now, my wife thought she had cancer at one point. She did. My wife thought she had cancer, and she was upset with the way that I reacted after she told me. And she goes, I think I have cancer. I said, okay. It's just a thought, right? I mean, it's not real. You don't really have it, right? Plus, if you do, I'll never win an argument again. So, just don't. I hope you don't have it. She didn't have it. She's fine. She's still alive. So fine. This next dude might be dying of something we don't know about. Put your hands together for Mr. Ben Stop.
Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Ben Staub, and I think we should have world peace for a variety of reasons. First of all, violence is bad. Nobody likes violence. We should get rid of violence. It's the worst thing in the world. Violence is never the answer to any question, ever. Unless your question is, what's the worst thing ever? In that case, the answer is violence. We gotta get rid of more notes on world peace. Yada. We need to, everybody likes peace. Reese's Pieces, pieces of cake, peace of mind. Everybody wants a peace of mind. I think we need peace of war. No more war, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get rid of all wars and solve world hunger. I want to solve world. Everybody take a look. 1 in 3 people in this world are suffering from world hunger. So take a look to your left and to your right. One of these people is hungry. If it's not one of those people, it's you. So let's get together and figure this thing out once and for all. Choose love, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Anyways. Gonna get off my soapbox for a second. You know what? I did too many drugs at the beach today, and I'm very peace and love, which sucks because I wanted this lady to get mad at me during my set, but I don't have anything like raw to say. But I was like, damn, I want to get like a heckle battle. This is like a perfect opportunity. But I got nothing mean. What's something you disagree with? Is there anything? Okay. Racism. Well, that puts me in a bad position. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ben Staub, And I think we need racism for a variety of reasons. So, all right. Firstly, that's a good reason. So, I'm gonna Firstly, it's fun. No, Anything else? Any other fundamental beliefs? All right. Let's see. I was driving my dad the other day to my school, ODU, back in my campus. And I was showing him the way that I go to school, and there was this train on the way there. He was like, "Was this train always there?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's the reason I take this route." And I realized I'm autistic. I was like, "Fuck, dude, that's really the reason." Because I've been thinking back to my life, like back in the day, in like 6th grade, my teachers used to bring me like puzzles to solve with different types of Rubik's cubes, and I was like, "Yeah." At the time, I was like, "Yeah," because I'm the fucking coolest kid in the class. Of course, they're gonna bring me puzzles to do during school. I was a fucking badass, and they know I could solve any puzzle they bring my way. It's not because I'm autistic. Okay, cool. I feel like she's mad at me. Are you mad at me? It's just I feel an energy. Did you disagree with my second soapbox of why we need racism? Where else? I decided to become a bad person. I started beeping at traffic just to add nothing to the situation. But it's really fun. All right. You know what's a bad thing? Mansplaining. Got it. We did it, boys. We did it, Joe. All right. No, we got it. But mansplaining, bad thing. What's even worse? Fucking baby-splaining, dude. Little toddlers that want to explain how the world works to you. Like my nephew was like, "You know why they call them potato chips? Because these are potatoes." Shut the fuck up. That wall is white. Shut the fuck up right now, dude. That guy's fat. You can't say that. That's problematic. Don't say that right now. All right. What else? Any of the fucking others in yours right now? I don't think so. I think I'm gonna end on that, ladies and gentlemen. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Go for fence up, everybody. Man, we need more racism. Stop. Man. Why is racism good? Pretty much all of my jokes. So I don't know. I have no career or a wife. I'd be like, "Oh, you're just doing regular people shit." I'm like, "No, it's cool because you're different colors. That doesn't matter." No one cares. What would I do? Fuck. I don't know. I'm really contemplating. Maybe we shouldn't solve racism, guys. I kind of need it for a couple more years. So I'm just using it for comedy. Okay. Yeah, that's probably a bad way to introduce somebody that's never been here before. Just go pro racism right before you get up. But it's the Pinboys way, man. But everybody, put your hands together. Welcome to the stage for the first time ever at Pinboys, Mr. Derek Houston.
Keep it going for your host. It is nice to perform in a bowling alley. I don't know if you guys know this, but professional bowler is the second oldest profession in the world.
Oh, shit.
The first is prostitution. It's funny how they both involve handling balls in an alley. Are we still doing COVID-19? Is that still a thing? Or are we up to COVID 666 yet?
Yeah.
Right? I'm all over the mask thing. I'm tired of that. How many people know somebody who never changed their mask? Year and a half, same mask. You know it's time to change that mask when your mask needs a shave. Especially if you're shaving off mushrooms.
Oh my God.
This whole pandemic went by and I missed my opportunity. Next pandemic, I'm opening a nightclub. I'm gonna call it the COVID Quebec. the hottest spot north of Havana.
Oh.
Right? You know the song. Of course it's going to be hot. Everybody's going to have the COVID fever. I'm already planning it out. I have a drink ready to serve. It's going to be called the Corona Colada. It's going to be a pina colada with a shot of hydroxychloroquine.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
I grew up very poor. Right? My family was so poor that I was born on layaway.
Oh, my God.
Right? We were so poor that I thought poor was my nationality.
Yeah.
I don't even speak Spanish. I got some lashes out there. Good. Right? We were so poor, we played Section 8 Monopoly. Right? We couldn't even afford the fake rent. And we didn't have any of the game pieces, so I always had to be the cigarette butt. Right? We were so poor that kids in Africa were sending us 35 cents a day.
Oh, my God.
You guys know about that. You send 35 cents to Africa, they'll send you a picture of a child. But did you know if you send 35 cents to Puerto Rico, they'll send you a child? But now I have 5 kids.
Oh, shit.
Right? I have so many kids that my wallet has stretch marks. But you know what? You're not allowed to discipline kids anymore. The other day, my son came up to me, he was crying and begging for a piece of candy. All I did was say no. 30 seconds later, Child Protective Services kicks in my front door. That's a record, 30 seconds. And my son is 28.
Jeez.
Right? Got me thinking, is there an age limit to safe haven? You guys know what safe haven is? You have a child, you don't want it, you drop it someplace safe, no questions asked. Are there going to be any questions asked if I go to my local firehouse and I leave my mother? Oh, I love my mother to death. She just won't die. Right? Every Sunday I bring my mother to church. They just keep giving her back. I don't think her church knows how safe haven works. And I'm still curious, how did church make the list of safe places? As a kid, I went to church every single Sunday, and I got beat up by a bully every single Sunday. That bully's name? Father Stanley.
Oh.
No, that wasn't the priest. My father's name is Stanley. I'm 53 years old. This is what 53 looks like in my family without the heroin. I'm 53. My wife, she's only 33. Yeah, guys love that. Women, not so much. Right, so at night upstairs in the bedroom, I have the headache. I'm at the point in my relationship where my wife dresses me. Apparently not tonight, but she dresses me. I work construction, so when I go out at night, I like to wear like my work boots, jeans, and a t-shirt. When I go out at night, the way I dress, I like to call it construction casual. Yeah. My wife, she likes to call it stay home. That's my time, Darren Joseph. Thank you. Keep going, Darren Joseph, everybody. We did it. One comic left, you guys. While he's up here, I'm going to come around and take the votes, so pay attention to him, and then also think about who you thought was the funniest and he's still in the room. Somebody's going home with $25 when we're done here, guys. So put your hands together for your final comic of the evening, Mr. Jordan.
Woo! What is up, Pinboys? There's so many people coming up here talking about the wiener. It's kind of weird. Don't worry. I'm also circumcised like Matt, so my parents love me. Having an uncircumcised penis is like having your first shitty car. Because as soon as you show it to anybody, you immediately have to start explaining, oh, I'm sorry, my parents gave it to me. Oh, man. Yeah, my name is Jordan Drake. I go by Jordan, though, because two people associate the name Drake with the rapper. But I mean, me and him actually have a lot in common, because we both been to Canada, we both love Degrassi, we both abandoned our sons. Pretty exciting. My 3-year anniversary is coming up this month, so that's pretty lit. But I like my girlfriend. My girlfriend knows how to treat me. Like, you know, they say ladies, you treat your boyfriend like you treat a dog. Just spank him every time he shits in the house. Oh, man. It's kind of surprising that I do comedy now, because I mean, like when I was in high school, I was super shy and timid. And like the best example I can give was right when I turned 16, I went and I pumped my own gas for the first time. I didn't realize that you can pay with cash and you overpay. You can just go back inside and get your money back. So I still had $2 left in the tank. I started freaking out. So I looked at my back seat, saw I had 3 empty Gatorade balls, and just filled those up on the spot. It's 10:30 on a Saturday morning, all right? Somebody saw me pull up to a gas station, fill up my car, make 3 Molotov cocktails, then just leave. And closely watch the news. Oh, no, 16 is a violent age. That was also maybe circumcised, and that's the worst happened to me. When I was 16, I accidentally broke my dick, which, yeah, it's as rough as it sounds. So the night I lost my virginity, me and the girl are in the backseat of her car, and we're making out, and I'm sitting there, we're both in sweatpants, I'm full rocket, and she goes to sit in my lap, and nowhere to go, just snap. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But ended up with a nickname, what I call my dick now, it's a lightweight champ, you can take a punch. Thank you all, that's my time.
Jordan Drink, everybody! Jordan broke it great. Yeah, that's cool. Put your hands together for yourselves, you guys. You guys did amazing. Literally would not be a show without you guys. Just be standing here in the empty room talking to no one. So I really do appreciate you guys for being here. And tonight's winner won by a fucking landslide. It's like, why'd you even try? I'm just kidding. The votes were all over the place. It took so long because I have to keep finding all the different people that are voted for. I love those nights. Everybody's voting for everybody. I love those fucking nights. But this guy squeaked out a win, man. It's pretty close. So everybody put your hands together for tonight's winner, Mr. Justin T. Keep coming back to do this every Monday. Thank you. That's how you close, bro. That's how you close. It's just gonna take a minute to get the lights on. No, you're good, man. Give it.